Right, I already introduced my bed system. The main purpose for this bed system is to save the space. So when you throw the bed system, actually you are going to put the bed insert here, and after you throw, you pick it up and then you put it aside. So this area is smaller enough so you will save your precious shelving space. So that is what this bed system is all about, and I made them available for two different materials. One is called FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic, very strong plastic, a little bit cheaper. And this is the aluminum, the same aluminum material for the master bed. So this is saving the space. And now you could even save more space by using the smaller one, as long as you have a adapter. So this was my prototype I showed you earlier. You put this adapter here. This one is my prototype for the space saver. So after you're done, you can just pick it up and put it aside. And this compared with this, it's even smaller. Okay, so it's the space saver for even smaller. Like if you are making small bowl, cup, or mugs, you can throw right on here with the adapter. And this was my prototype version. So the surface wasn't nicely done. It's not been anodized, so still rough for the surface. And I just received my final version here, and this is the finished version of my bed adapter, and with a smaller bed insert. And I made this into a flower kind of a shape. It's different from most of you see it in the brand. I make it into flower shape to make it more attractive, more interesting. Also put the two circles here, so it's easier for you to find the center. And this is the bed adapter with my logo here. Put it there so you can have many of this smaller bed insert. And you can save even more if you make a lot of mugs and bowls, small one, mug cups. You can use that. So I'm going to use that to throw on and to work on this piece here. So the circles here is easier for you to find the center. And I made a smaller slot here, so after you're done, this smaller one, so when you throw, your hand is not keep on bumping in the larger one. So it's easier for your hands to work on the surface here. And after you're done, you just pick it up from the edge. Right, you pick it up and then that's it. So I'm going to throw a round mug. The bottom is round. Centered. Opening. For the round mug, usually you want this part here has a little curve. So when you open the slight curve there. And if your hand cannot form a very nice smooth curve, I have the wooden rib that you could use that to compress it. So you will have nice perfect curve from there. And then you can bring up your wall. So you're still having a nice curve on the inside, and you just follow the curve and then you lift it, you pinch it and lift it. Follow the curve and you lift it. And if you still wanted to keep a nice curve, you can put this in and then push it out using the curve. So you have a beautiful curve here. And if you want the outside to also looks beautiful, you can use a rib outside. So you are pinching, you're squeezing your clay wall in between of the inside rib and outside rib. So now the bottom is a nice curve. And also inside is a very nice curve too. Okay, so that is the technique of using my small, this is my 3 inches round rib. Okay, to 3 inches round rib. And you push that on the inner part and the inside is nice, perfectly round. And after that, just take care of the rim here. And use a chamois to run the rim, compress it and make it run. Slightly put a throwing mark in the center of the cup. So a little swirl inside. So it's like telling people this is handmade. The little swirl inside that the bottom of the mug. So that this curve is nicely done. For here, usually I would use a before I have my new tool. I usually use the wooden knife to cut, and then I use my number 10 to undercut it. But now I want to show you my other tool that I just recently designed it, and it's also a very good tool for taking care of the corner here. It's this tool. This is my number 17. Okay, 17 is for, that's 17. And it's for people who are working on the right hand side, so I put R here. It's not for right hander, okay? It's for people working on the right hand side. It's my number 17. And what you do is you are going to hold this right there against my back, right? And then you are going to insert and you remove the excessive clay off the corner. So you are going to hold like this. Hold it against the back, and then you just go in there. Make sure you remove it after you cut the clay out. Otherwise, sometimes the clay might go stick back on. So you can keep on going until you got to the right size of the width of the foot. Right, so trim up the base here, and now if you wanted to, you can trim the side too. Right, if you gonna remove it, the clay might stick back on, so make sure you remove it. But this is a wet trimmer, so you can trim it wet. And if you don't want to trim the foot, this is also very good for putting a little style on your foot. So you cut that up the side of the mug. And if you wanted to, you can slightly trim up, move it up, and remove the clay from the side. And then you can cut in there, so you make a little, like a foot ring there. Okay, that was how much clay I removed from the corner. I intentionally leave a little bit more clay there so I could demonstrate this tool. Okay, so that's it, and then after that, just wipe clean my bed. Wipe clean the bed insert. And if you wanted to, you can wire it off. Okay, I don't mind wiring it off. Some people say that you cannot wire it off. Some people say you cannot wire it off right after you throw. That's not usually correct. Okay, the key is that, see that my wire, this is very thin. The gauge is very thin. So when you wire it, you don't see the wire, and you're not going to deform your rim. If your wire is very thick, you might. Okay, but my wire is very thin, so it's very easy to cut it. And that wire it off, it's easier when you are ready to separate your piece from your bed insert. So you always want to wire it off. It's not like a wood that you will pop up by itself, but wire it off is not taking you a lot of time. Like 10 seconds, you can wire it off easily, right? And all you want to do is get a nice piece of wood, the strong wood though. Just go under there, and then I just pick it up from there. So you are moving it up, and then you can put it there, and that's it, right? That's it. And you can choose if you want to trim or you don't. Okay, if you don't, you can probably trim a little bit more up there, so you wet trim it. So you don't need to wait until it gets the hard stage and trim. So this was the demonstration of how the new bed insert that with a little adapter here. This adapter, and you can save even more space by putting a smaller bed insert. This already, I already ordered for production, so it will be available soon if you already have my bed system, aluminum bed system. Okay, so thanks for watching, and see you next time.